Yo, welcome to Coming Unfiltered. It's the one and only duo of life, Watch and...
Hi, it's me, Bella.
She never lets me introduce her. I don't know why. She always wants to interrupt me. And I know you guys tune in because of me. I don't get it.
That's not a real thing.
Listen to the analytics, guys.
So, hi, everyone. We are coming to you unfiltered to talk about something that I think me and Watch have discussed before.
Ad nauseum, actually.
And it's an interesting topic, and I wonder if other people have kind of stumbled on this conversation before.
Maybe.
But we want to discuss differences between alpha and beta males, what the attraction is, what the perception is, whether or not women... Well, I mean, I guess there's alpha and beta females as well, but we're going to stick to men for this conversation.
Yeah, well, we're gonna stick to men. It may transition into women, but we wanted to focus solely on men because I actually brought up the topic because I've noticed a trend. You know, I'm a very observant guy, so when I'm out in public settings, I'm observant. Yeah. So when I'm out in public settings, you know, I survey the room, and I always notice that from what I see, girls usually long after the same guys who have very similar characteristics with each other.
Yeah.
And those characteristics always embody or encompass an alpha male.
Very true.
Very true. And I think I wanted to kind of know why. Why is it that women are so attracted to the alpha male? Number two, what does that do for the beta male? You know, the beta male who, and we're going to talk about the traits.
And more so, I think the really important conversation is why is fuck niggaism running rampant? Why is it running rampant? And I do think that this has...
niggas to this entire podcast episode.
Because I think
we ain't even 5 minutes in and you talking about fuck niggas.
I think personally that a lot of this conversation... or a lot of that has to do with why this conversation exists, because women are constantly complaining about the type of men that they date.
Oh, we definitely talking about fuck girls.
They are diving head first for the same type of characteristics over and over again, and they're just like, oh my gosh, all guys are the same. Oh my God, niggas ain't shit. However, what are you looking for? What are the qualities that you're looking for in a man?
And with that being said, Bola is going to transition into her very lengthy list of alpha versus beta male traits. So we can really break down this dynamic and why women do the things they do. Go ahead, Bola.
And it's really not a super long list, but I did want to just make it clear what's the difference between the two, or perceived difference between the two type of males, right? So alpha males are typically confident. They have this type of aura of self-assurance.
Okay.
What they say goes.
Did you have to say it with your shoulders like that?
Yes.
That was a lot. You almost hit me in the face with your shoulders. Jesus Christ.
They're not embarrassed easily. So
that's
alpha males cannot, sometimes they're not funny, but they'll keep going with the joke, and that's attractive.
Is that funny though?
No.
Okay.
So they're traditionally masculine. So they have all of the traits where are hyper masculine. So they're strong, tall, just got that physique that just make you feel like.
So you're saying masculine physically? What are you
physically? Physically, and also they may have a deeper voice. They may just do traditionally masculine things.
Okay. Pay bills, and it's that a masculine? Pay bills and open car doors. Is that a masculine thing?
That's more cultural.
Okay.
That just depends.
That sounds like some beta shit to me, but go ahead.
Wow. That was a lot to take in.
Go ahead.
They don't ask for permission. So that's the thing. That's the whole Trace
So they're invasive.
Chris Brown thing. No, don't
add I'm asking questions. Are they invasive?
Don't add the negative connotation. But they don't ask permission. So it might be in an instance where...
Nowadays, you got to ask permission.
In an intimate setting, right, with a woman that they are involved with, they may not be like, babe, you wanna, or... They just
beta niggas do that?
Wow.
I'm just saying.
So you're self-proclaiming yourself.
No, I'm just saying. I didn't know that.
Good times.
I'm just saying.
They just don't ask permission,
okay,
right?
Go ahead.
They may ask forgiveness.
Go
Who
ahead.
knows? They're
just
direct.
All my questions.
And when someone is so direct, it's seemingly honest. We'll talk a little bit later about that characteristic, but alpha males tend to be direct. They say what's on their mind, and that makes people perceive them as honest. I won't say that they're honest.
You are oozing over all these traits. I'm just letting America know.
I would say they're social. They typically dominate a social environment. So you can tell an alpha male in a room full of people, he's working the room, okay? And even if he's not, he's commanding attention. And you just like, who is that?
So basically, all y'all are competing against that one alpha dude.
It
puts y'all in competition.
As I continue.
Okay, go ahead.
So basically, it just has a lot to do with just like social confidence, self-confidence, self-assurance. Beta males, however, are really nice.
You see how your face just completely changed?
Oh, so beta males, they ask permission. They are uncertain of themselves, and it can be visible or not. They may ask later, like, "Hey, like when I did this, what did you think about that?" or something like that.
So they don't make assumptions. Rather, they just want to make sure that
they want to make sure. Okay. And right, so they're uncertain.
Okay.
They worry. So they're like, "Oh, how are you feeling? Like, how'd you like that? Like, oh, was that okay?
So they
was
care.
That too much?"
So they care. Okay. Beta males care. All right. Then, so they want to make sure that you're good.
What I don't want to do is make it seem that alpha males are assholes and beta males are just like overly sweet.
You're not.
I don't want to make that. I don't want that to be.
Do you feel like that's what's being conveyed right now?
I hope not.
Okay.
That's why I just said that.
Continue.
Okay. So. Apparently, beta males prioritize the needs of others, so that may be similar to the way that women prioritize the needs of others. So they're
womanly.
I didn't say.
No, you said it's similar to what women do.
I said similar. It's a seemingly feminist characteristic or feminized characteristic,
okay.
right? To put others before yourself.
Right.
Men, a traditional masculine male, doesn't give a fuck about anybody but his damn self.
Okay. Selfish.
They're insecure.
They're insecure.
Yep. So beta males, they have telling signs of insecurity.
I think the best thing, they are open and honest and unashamed of their insecurity. They don't try to mask it. Whereas because I want to be clear, everybody's insecure about something.
Yep.
So alpha males who pretend who seemingly are never insecure, they're hiding it because everyone's insecure.
Yep.
Okay.
And the last. There's not a lot of characteristics of beta.
You finally done with your long ass list?
I'm so sorry.
Jesus.
But there is nervousness associated with beta males, which kind of like just draws back to that whole uncertain idea, right? So beta males may not just be so sure about themselves, so they tend to be nervous often. And alpha male really doesn't give a fuck.
He probably don't now.
Right.
Involved between both types of males, masking with beta males and unmasking. Sorry, masking with alpha males and unmasking with beta males.
So what I think, I'm going to start with beta males because it's.
What are you starting with beta males?
I want to start with why women may.
Before we do that, can you, Bola, do you have a preference?
Do I have a preference? I do. And it's unfortunate.
Oh.
And it might be my downfall.
Is it your Achilles heel?
It could be.
Is it your reoccurring theme of failure in life?
I know my Achilles dick.
Wow.
Happens to be an alpha male.
Dick. All right.
It's a thing.
Okay.
Issa Rae coined that.
Okay.
God bless her soul. But anyway, I will start with beta males. I do think that I do have a preference, but I do think that there is a kind of gray area. I do think that there's certain reasons why I'm attracted to a male, and those traits may be traditionally more alpha, but I do prefer a beta. Yeah,
okay.
I do.
Okay. And before you get into why you, along with a lot of women, prefer one over the other, I want to get into what it is that I think, and that's the reason why I brought this topic up as a potential discussion for the podcast. What's with the sigh? What's that? What's with the sigh?
Do your thing.
All right. So, again, like I said, trends. I've seen women basically they just gravitate. They just flock over to the alpha male. And a lot of it is due to what Bola just said. The confidence, the fact that, they showcase a lot of what is seemingly traditional, like quote unquote traditional masculine traits. And the thing that really stands out to me about like the alpha male typically is that like they do have this like unapologetic selfishness about them that like women swear to the gods that they hate, but just can't get enough of it.
The thing about it is like it does, I guess, inspire women to like kind of respond to their needs for that reason, because they
selfish needs.
Yeah, they set a tone that my needs are important, right? And so then the women feel like they have to meet those needs, and sometimes, I guess, ignore their own needs.
Now, can I ask you a question, Bola?
For the alpha male.
Can I ask you a question, Bola? As she grins because she knows it's going to be a good question that's going to expose her. But can I ask you a question, Bola?
What's up?
What's one of the main characteristics of what you called a fuck nigga?
Selfishness.
Is that not a trait in which you just said embodied that typical alpha male that
it doesn't necessarily embody, right? So like that is there's more to be said about the conversation, right? There's good guy alphas and then there's bad guy alphas. So there's men that use those characteristics to their advantage.
But they get the same results though, typically.
What, a lot of women at their
disposal? Yes. And the reason why I'm going somewhere with this, America, I'm not just trying to pick on Bola. I'm going somewhere with this because now you have the beta male, right? You have the beta male who's more unselfish. You have the beta male who is considerate of your feelings. You have the beta male who does not, try to go out of his way to mask his insecurities. And he sees that ultimately this isn't working. So what does he do?
He pretends to be an alpha.
Which creates the lame. The lame. The lame is, to me, the definition of the lame is a guy who pretends to be something in which he's not.
Or any person that pretends.
Yeah, anybody who pretends to be something which is not. That is the epitome. Nobody ever says, hey, that guy is super duper genuine. He's super sincere.
He's so
That's why he's a lame. Nobody ever says that. Somebody's a lame, you could tell there's a level of phoniness there. There's a level of, I'm trying to be something that's striving for something that you could probably really never obtain.
Oh, I hate a beta that pretends like he don't give a fuck. But he be caring.
And that's the reason why you get a lot of fuck niggas who try to act hard, but at the end of the day are sensitive. If I got a nickel every time I got a post, heard a post where a woman is like, I can't stand a sensitive ass nigga. You know who that sensitive ass nigga is? It's a beta male pretending to be an alpha male because he knows an alpha male, regardless if he's a good or bad alpha male, gets the same results that a beta male wants.
And the unfortunate part about alpha males is that they will never let you see them sweat, and I think that is the unfortunate part.
But that's what also makes them sexy, though. If they if they showed you that they sweat, now there'll be a level of insecurity. It's the masking,
them. And it's unfortunate. But
do you see the pitfalls and downfalls you create?
Do you see that? Who is very grateful for the betas that I've dated?
Are you grateful? Are you still dating them? Hey, America!
Yes.
Who? You're dating a beta right now? Look me in my eyes and tell me you're dating a beta.
Yes.
Who? You're lying. America! I swear I know when this girl is lying. It's my co-host.
Honest to God. Well, I guess.
Can you name the celebrities that you love right now?
Oh my gosh. Well,
who's your man crush?
Wait, let's talk about
what?
There's a gray area.
What's the gray area?
There's a beta with alpha male characteristics that is confident in his beta-ism.
Okay. First of all, why does that
that's the guy I'm dating.
Okay, why does it have to be a gray area? Why can't that just be a confident beta? And why is there no such thing as a confident beta? Why can't somebody be confident in knowing that, hey, you know what? I am nice. I am confident. Sometimes I am nervous about things, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm super arrogant and fake,
That's very true.
Why?
And that's why that's daddy.
Oh, wow. Wow. So why is he a beta if he's those things? If you're saying he's confident, then can you be a confident beta? Is there such thing as a confident beta?
Absolutely. I think and the reason why I'm labeling him beta is because he does put my needs first. He's aware of his nervousness and his like weird quirks and things. He's not traditionally cool. Like alpha males, like are seemingly cool. Like they just happen to.
How long you been dating him?
10 years.
You see, America, Bola is full of shit. I know who she's talking about. America, she is not serious about this dude.
I am.
You are? You gonna marry him?
Maybe.
Ah, she's lying.
That's actually up to him.
Oh, now it's up to. Ooh,
So does that make him happy?
Confidentiality, America. That's the only reason why I'm gonna keep this conversation going and not grow both. But it's
so
cool.
Either way, alphas and betas, I do think there's a gray area between the two. I don't think that there are certain characteristics that just live in the beta and certain characteristics that just live in the alpha. I do think that there is gray areas in where like alphas do possess beta characteristics and they only open up after a certain amount of time and when trust is gained. And I think that betas do have like certain alpha traits where they're confident unashamedly whoever they are, and that is also very attractive. I just think that sometimes like the alpha male who knows he's attractive, knows he's confident, and just has like this aura about him does happen to attract and flock more women than the beta. But then if a beta who has some alpha characteristics, he'll get the same type of attention if he got a beard and he fine.
Wow. All right. That was a lot to just take in.
That was a joke.
Is it? Anyways, here's what I want to say about this whole.
You wrap it up.
No, we're not wrapping it up yet.
Oh.
We're not wrapping it up yet. Betas, again, when you have a beta who is looking at the results of an alpha, isn't getting those results of the alpha because he's listening to what it is that women say they're tired of and what women say that they want in a partner and a man. They typically...
And we really want those things.
Do you, though? Because a beta man will say, oh, shit, like, I did everything in which she said she wanted, and she just cannot shake off that fuck nigga who has did her wrong for the third straight year in a row. But you know what? Maybe it's time for me to be
Is that really a thing?
What? Hey guys, comment on the section below and let Bola know that she what?
I don't think that's a thing.
I'm telling you right now. Listen,
I think that people remain in relationships without having their needs being met. I think both people do it because of the feelings that they've developed for the other person. And either way, right? So like that, I don't think this has anything to do with being beta or alpha. I just think that people do tend to stay in situations that do not serve them for other reasons.
But there's a difference, though. First of all, people need to stop, and this is going to be a little bit off traffic because this is more relationship.
So everything you say is off traffic.
Anyways, that's not true. It always comes back home. But number one, people need to, first of all, understand that relationships you're not always going to get what you want in a relationship. It's always going to be a work in progress. There may be a certain time in which you may get what you want from your partner, and there may be a certain time in which you're not getting exactly what you want from a partner. The variable that really, really should be looked at when it comes to a relationship and the longevity of it is the effort. Is your partner always trying to meet those needs versus is your partner meeting those needs? Because if you're with somebody for 20 years, he or she's not going to hit the mark every day for 20 years. There's going to be somebody in which you meet that seemingly may hit the mark a little bit more than what your partner is. What you want your partner to do is be able to know that once you tell him, and then him or her now put in the work to now meet your needs, and you also meet him halfway.
Okay, Bishop Watts.
Hey, listen, man, I'm just trying to save these relationships out here, man. Because people have these fairy tale Hollywood happily ever after mantra and it's foolishness. And that's why a lot of people are breaking up from relationships.
And I do think that there's a lot of delusion that is attached to relationships and especially love. Like people have these very stereotypical ideas of what love looks like, and especially especially what love feels
Watch
like.
Chris.
People
Go
will
ahead.
leave each other because they don't have a certain feeling. People will leave each other because it doesn't present itself the way that relationship goals look like on the internet. And that's the unfortunate part.
Yeah.
And so, like, if people really understood love exactly as what it was, or relationship as a work in progress, and people would have more lasting, more fulfilling relationships.
Watch the Chris Rock Netflix special on love, and I feel like we're getting a little bit off tangent, but that's fine.
We
but
way
watch
off.
watch the the Chris Rock's comedy special on Netflix, and he talks to you about what love actually should entail. And one of those things is
after he gets a divorce because he was addicted to porn.
Okay, but that's fine. But he was man enough to admit that because people have their problems. But what he's saying is love is truly about service, and that's real.
Yep.
If you focus on servicing your partner focuses on serving you, at the end of the day, you will never have a reason to break up with that person if you are appreciating the service in which you're being given by your partner.
True.
Point blank, period. And that's what he
story.
speaks to. Yes.
Whoop, there it is.
And you can't always expect that from a nigga who wants to be a selfish alpha male. But for some
all
reason,
alpha males are not selfish. Some alpha males are good guy alpha males, and they are
out of
direct
10
and they
alpha
are
males,
honest.
out of 10 alpha males, how many of them are selfish? That are actually single?
And selfish?
Yeah. Out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
That's because all people are selfish. People are all working towards self-preservation.
Oh, no, I understand that,
which
but
oftentimes translates to selfishness.
I understand that, but there are people who try to work against their own selfishness. There are people who will be selfish naturally, but when told that they're being selfish, will now, try to stay away from that, try to do some things differently. Mm-hmm. And then there are those who don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
Exhibit A, the alpha male. The negative one.
Except you identify as an alpha male, so tell us about you guys.
Am I single? Hey! No, listen. Anyways, your rib. She's holding her rib, America. All right. But yeah, listen, I would love to get everybody's thoughts on the alpha male. Guys too, chime in on this, because if you feel like you're a beta male or alpha male, speak up to this, because I'm preaching the gospel right now, man. I consider myself to be an alpha male, and I feel like there are a lot of perks to being an alpha male, and I see certain beta males pretending to be alpha males, and it makes me shake my head.
You can't sit with us.
No, it's not that at all. It's just more so bro, I understand what you're doing. It's not working for you. At least I see it, but at the same time, I don't knock you, because at the end of the day, that's what works. I told my little cousin who went to college, right? Mm-hmm. Essentially, indirectly, I told him to be an alpha male. You know why? Because I told him whatever. He said, Uncle Rob. He's my cousin, but he calls me Uncle. He's like, Uncle Rob. Oh, well, yeah, that's my... Well, yeah there you go. It's fine. Yeah. It's whatever. Yeah. He's like, hey, can you, what's the keys to, getting girls? I just want to make sure it's college. It's different from high school.
Them.
And I... Definitely didn't tell him that, even though he should, because he already knows that. But what I told him, whatever it is a woman says that she aspires to want in a man and showcase, do the absolute opposite. Because that's what alpha males typically do in college.
Well, all right, so we're going to wrap this up because we're getting a little too unfiltered.
Listen, first of all, this is what this show is about.
It is, and... I'd just like to hear what women think about alpha versus beta, and if this thought has ever come up, in just general conversation. I would be interested in women talk about this, because this conversation actually came up to me with another male, not you, and he identifies as a beta.
He wasn't better than me though.
Wow.
I'm just playing. Shout out to that man.
Not just talk about ego.
Listen.
But yeah, so let's hear what people think about this. Alpha males versus beta males. Are there good guy alpha traits? Are there bad guy alpha traits? Are there good guy beta traits? Mm-hmm. Bad guy beta traits? Because I think that betas can also use their characteristics to their advantage, because they give women the permission to open up. And then use it against them. Yes! Yeah. Drake's of the world. Beta as fuck.
Drake is mad. Drake has figured it out.
Who has time? Who has time for Drake?
He is 50% alpha, 50% beta. But his 50% alpha is low key as fuck though. Hey, Drake has... Hey, shout out to my man Drake. If you listening to this, open up a workshop and teach these brothers how to do it, fam.
Degrade you, and it's unfortunate. So, all right. Thanks, guys.
Coming Unfiltered.